Steve Harvey, I hear y'all take vacations together on the yacht or something.
Well, we get on the boat with Magic and Cookie. Steve and Marjorie have their own boat. When I came to Chicago and I was doing negotiator, Bernie took care of me.
Steve Harvey, I hear y'all take vacations together on the yacht, or something we get on the boat, with Magic and Cookie. Steve and Margie have their own boat when I came to Chicago, and I was doing negotiator. Bernie took care of me, so you know how we often assume that all the big shots in showbiz are tight buddies given their wealth and shared professional paths. Well, it turns out that Samuel L. Jackson and Steve Harvey might be breaking that stereotype. Now you'd think with their success and the fact that they're both in the limelight, they'd be best buds, right? Not so fast. Rumor has it that Samuel and Steve aren't exactly exchanging friendship bracelets. And it's not just about Steve's mustache or Samuel's comedic vibe. It seems like there's more to this apparent rift and whispers in the grass. Vine suggests that Samuel L. Jackson might be gearing up to spill some unsettling details about Steve Harvey's journey to stardom. Now we all know Samuel can be a funny guy, but this time it looks like he's dead serious. The scuttlebutt implies that there might be some SK skeletons lurking in Steve's closet that only the insiders are privy to. And you know Steve Harvey, he doesn't take kindly to people throwing shade his way. If Samuel is indeed gearing up to expose some truths, it might just set off a celebrity feud of epic proportions. The burning question on everyone's mind is, what exactly does Steve Harvey have tucked away in that closet that's pushing Samuel Jackson to the brink of calling him out? Stay tuned, because it looks like there might be some spicy Hollywood drama about to unfold, and these two might be on the verge of a showdown that nobody saw coming. So we all know Steve Harvey has become a household name thanks to his killer comedy and Noon's Talk, whether it's on his radio show or his daytime talk show. But here's the twist: not everyone is on the Steve Harvey fan train, and guess who's not buying into the hype? None other than our guy Samuel L. Jackson. Now usually you'd expect a camaraderie among black celebrities in the entertainment industry. You've got your classic friendships like Samuel Jackson and the late Bernie Mac, or Steve Harvey and Martin Lawrence. But hold up, because the Harvey-Jackson dynamic is a whole different ballgame. It's like one of those situations where one person just doesn't vibe with the other, and the other is a bit wary of the first. Complicated, right? But here's the kicker: the deets of their beef go way beyond what you might have heard on the Great Vine. For starters, it seems like Samuel L. Jackson isn't entirely buying into the Steve Harvey charm, whether it's the professional persona or the real-life dude. Now we've seen hints of Jackson's feelings over the years, but things hit a whole new level recently when he spilled the tea about his encounter with Harvey on the way to the Ocean Picture. This, a couple of years back, snap surfaced online of Jackson and his wife chilling with Harvey and his wife at some vacation spot. Now back then, with limited info about their relationship, everyone assumed these guys were tight buddies. Headlines even screamed life on the ocean rave. Pal Steve Harvey, Samuel L. Jackson, and Magic Johnson enjoy July 4th on luxury yacht with their wives. Sounds like a pretty glamorous friendship. Right, fast forward to today, and Samuel decided it was time to set the record straight. Turns out those ocean rendezvous weren't exactly planned according to Jackson. He and his wife were just on their way to their chosen vacation spot of the year when they accidentally bumped into Harvey and his missus. And let me tell you, judging by Jackson's expression as he spilled the beans, he wanted the world to know that this meeting with Steve wasn't some carefully orchestrated Hollywood rendezvous. It was pure, unadulterated accident. Harvey, I hear y'all take vacations together on the yacht, or something. Well, we get on the boat with Magic and Cookie. Steve and Marie have their own boat now. This brings up the question of why Jackson may not be Steve's biggest fan. Turns out Samuel L. Jackson's not-so-warm feelings towards Steve Harvey might have a lot to do with a certain someone, Bernie Mac. And guess who wasn't Bernie's biggest cheerleader? Yep, you guessed it, Steve Harvey. Here's the lowdown: back in the day when they were part of the same comedy group Harvey apparently had a one-track mind getting Bernie Mac out of his way. Now that's pretty messed up considering they were supposed to be a team of professionals chasing success together. But according to the grapevine, Harvey had a reputation for being all about himself right from the get-go. And it goes way back. Let's rewind to the early 2000s. If you were tuned in back then, you might remember the legendary Original Kings of Comedy show. But if you missed it, what you know about that, Steve Harvey's journey is just scratching the surface picture. This Harvey, along with 3 other comedy heavyweights, became legends with their comedy tour called The Original Kings of Comedy. The dream team include Dead D.L. Huey, Cedric the Entertainer, and the man of the hour, Bernie M., the most successful comedy tour ever at that point. Yes, it was at that point, and this wasn't just any comedy tour. It raked in big bucks and left a lasting impact on the comedy scene. Now, here's where the plot thickens. Rumor has it that while they were making people laugh on stage behind the scenes, Harvey wasn't exactly playing nice. The tension reportedly centered around Harvey's efforts to shine brighter by dimming Bernie Mac's spotlight. So here's the deal. Harvey, with his smooth moves and aggressive audience banter, was considered the suavest performer in the Original Kings of Comedy. But then you had Bernie Mac, whose style was like a comedic roller coaster, diving into intense jokes that touched on some real-life stuff. Now, rumor has it that Harvey might have caught a serious case of envy over Bernie's unique style, and what started as a minor issue snowballed into a full-blown feud. Also, Cedric the Entertainer, another OG from the tour, spilled the beans, and now the internet's buzzing with this comedy beef. Turns out those long-standing rumors about Harvey and Bernie Mac not exactly being BFs during the Kings of Comedy tour might have some truth to them. Cedric recently spilled the tea on Shannon Sharpe's podcast Club Shay. According to Cedric, the feud between Harvey and Bernie wasn't just some backstage gossip. It was real and had its consequences. It even prevented the Kings of Comedy crew from hitting the road for enough. Son might not be sending Steve Harvey a Christmas card. These guys weren't just pals. They were practically siblings in the industry. You know, the kind of friendship that's so deep everyone thought of them as family. I knew he was having some health issues, and I was really concerned about him. But he would look at me every day and say, "I'm good. Let's go. Let's hit it." And we would hit it. And it was a joy to work on that movie with Bernie. They even teamed up on the big screen in the movie Soulman. Now, while you might remember them as bandmates on a wild road trip to honor their lead singer, what you might not know is just how close Samuel Jackson and Bernie Mac truly were. Jackson has been opening up about Mac's life ever since his passing, shedding light on their deep connection in Soulman. Jackson and Mac played characters who used to be in a band together, embarking on a crazy cross-country journey to pay tribute to their late lead singer. Tragically, Bernie Mac fell ill and passed away from pneumonia in August. After they wrapped up filming to add a surreal twist to it all, Jackson revealed that Mac never got to see the final cut of the movie. Now that's a whole new level of bittersweet. Jackson, star of The Hitman's Bodyguard, spoke fondly of Mac, labeling him a friend. He even spilled the beans that the Ocean's 11 co-stars would crack some jokes at Jackson's golf tournament in Bermuda. But outside of their time on the Soulman set, Jackson admitted that he didn't get to spend much time with M. While he was alive, the guy was booked solid with his show, The Bernie Mac Show, a Fox comedy series that had everyone in stitches from 2001 to 2006. "We used to talk about blowing up and being famous and doing all this stuff and all of that," said Jackson then. "When he got famous, he was here in LA, and I never saw him because he was too busy doing his TV show every day. I didn't go by and bother him, but I would run into him at functions, and we got to get together. That was who he was, and I appreciate that about him. And I love the fact that when I came to Chicago and when I was doing Negotiator, Bernie took care of me." So remember the ending of Soulman with that heartfelt dedication to Bernie Mac and Isaac Hayes, 2 genuine soulmen. Well, guess whose brilliant idea that was? Yep, you got it, Samuel L. Jackson, now understanding the depth of Jackson's connection with Mac, makes it crystal clear why he might not be thrilled about the Steve-Harvey comparisons. And if you take a closer look at their life journeys, you might just see it too. Bernie Mac was no ordinary comedian. He's like the captain of the Pioneers Club in the comedy world, known for his iconic TV series, The Bernie Mac Show and the legendary Kings of Comedy Tour, later turned into a film directed by none other than Lee, this Chicago comedian was a titan among his peers. Sure, today it looks like Bernie had a smooth ride to becoming an icon, but the reality was quite the opposite when I think of in terms of big. You know it.